Okay. So today, I really want to take a look at Styx Blades of Greed. This is the third game in this trio of stealth game where you play as a goblin and stab people. It's great. But before we get into any of that, if you're new here or you haven't already, I highly recommend that you check out the main channel. This is where my high quality stuff goes. Each of the videos are only like 5 minutes long. You should get a laugh out of them. If you don't believe me, just go check out and tell me what you think. I am more than open to hear your thoughts. I also did a review on the previous Styx game, and yeah, it's ooh. So anyway, with all that being said, we'll just jump in and see what there is to be said. So I've already watched this trailer before, and I like what's being implied in it, and we're going to talk about what that is. So
I'm here for the quartz.
we're just going to get going.
Ow! It's okay, I got you, pal. We're gonna do big things together. Just you and me.
So this is the first thing I really like about the Styx games, is Styx himself. I think he's just such a fun character. He actually reminds me of... really reminds me of the likes of Destroy All Humans and Cryptosporidium in that game. Just those sort of protagonists who kind of break the fourth wall and they have this cynicism behind them. It also reminds me of the likes of like your very under the radar platformer mascots as well. Let's see if I can find one that was really there. Oh, there you are. Also the likes of like Voodoo Vince and just their sort of, in fact, yeah, nah, fuck it. For those who are like unaware.
Those lactating bovoids are likely candidates.
Surely you don't mean those foul-smelling gas bags beyond the fence?
Yes, I'm afraid I do.
But they're covered in nipples.
Now, Cryptospor...
It's just that style of protagonist that we don't quite see a lot these days, and I'm glad that games like Styx kind of keep up that old tradition of giving us just a cynical, almost child-friendly protagonist. Now, this is definitely not a kid's game, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Search everywhere! Those dirty Inquisition are like cockroaches.
Also notice, because this is just a cinematic trailer, so it's not actual gameplay, but so everything, we just kind of have to take what's implied, and what's being implied right now is that we're going to be getting additional tools in the arsenal, such as grappling hook from like the Just Cause trend and all that, where every game's got to have a grappling hook now. Which, speak of the devil, yeah, mind abilities, which was very prominent in Destroy All Humans, and I do wonder if the Styx games took a huge amount of inspiration from games like Destroy All Humans and the like. I also appreciate that they're kind of still sticking with what made their game stand out, and that was like the whole setting up traps and that sort of thing, using the environment to your advantage and all that kind of stuff. Good stuff to have in a stealth game.
Green bastards! You guys need to slow down.
Okay. And then it looks like they're also incorporating what looks like Dishonored abilities as well, which also seems just alright. That's not a bad idea. It seems the main thing that they're focusing on with the third game is just incorporating trendy mechanics from other games sort of thing, which is fine. That's not a bad thing, just as long as they're still making a good Styx game. That's the most important part.
Keep them coming! I got him!
Oh yeah. there was like the poison mines that could dissolve bodies for you as well. That was one of Styx's main arsenal and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we got a Breath of the Wild glider. So again, it's like incorporating trendy mechanics into their games, which, as I said, that's fine. That could even be, dare I say, pretty cool, just as long as they stick to what makes the Styx games, what makes them great, and making sure that they're not, what's the word, what's the term I'm looking for, as long as they're not conforming too much to what a lot of games are doing today, and that's just going the safe route and just following a checklist and putting in their game what they got to put in and making, and mostly just dumbing it down for a modern audience sort of thing. I just hope they don't go too much down that route, because Styx have always been sort of hardcore stealth games for the more experienced of us, and that's one of the things I just appreciated about Styx in general.
Just remember, kids, it's not about doing it. It's about getting away with it.
Plus, I just miss when games would allow you to basically play as the bad guy. You know, there's not many games that let you do that anymore, that we're always playing the hero or some kind of golden standard protagonist that's there to kind of represent a positive image in some group, that sort of thing. And it's just nice to see that these guys actually get to make a third game, because I didn't think that was actually ever going to happen. I thought they were only going to get as far as making the sequel, which was Styx 2, what was that, Styx Shards of Darkness, and that was it. So to see this proceed is just brilliant to me. I'm excited for it, man. Because I don't think we've really gotten any gameplay footage of the game. Let's see, it was like gameplay or something. Is there anything like that right now? No. Oh, hold on.
Through vents and leap across rooftops to avoid enemies.
That's not it.
Light and darkness.
Yeah, no, this is just something different. So yeah, I like what they're implying, and then whether they'll follow through on it, I think they probably will, honestly, because these guys have been pretty good at making the Styx games and the whole like, so... Oh yeah, I am so glad that they get to do this again. So I thought one good idea would be for folk who are unaware of like the Styx games, because like it's true, these games are a little bit are just a bit under the radar, but I do appreciate that they do have this sort of strong following behind them, and I'm a part of it. So I want to explore the second game, because that's my favorite one, and we'll just see what there is to be said as we explore the previous game, what I want to remain the same, and all that kind of stuff. It's just, oh, we'll just jump in. Although, while that's going on, I thought I'd bring up a thing right now. So, I wasn't too happy with the last video and its microphone quality. I think there was just when I was listening through it, there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to brush up on. And namely, that was the microphone quality. It was annoying me so much. Because when you're on the computer and you've got, like, things set up to work a certain way for you, when you're on the computer, there's always things that will just break or go wrong or change without your input. And that's one of the most annoying things about being a PC user. And in this case, it was the microphone that went to gub, basically. So I'm hoping that in this video, that listening to me is not going to be as grating as it was in the past one. I mean, for all I know, it's not really bothering anyone anyway, but it was bothering me, so I'm just trying to brush up on that. Also, I made a bit of an executive decision the other day. I'm not sure if many people will have noticed just now, but I have changed the name of this channel. I just decided to call it Cleverly Stupid's podcast. Because I think what I do is basically along the lines of podcast anyway, and it's just easier to explain to people, it's easier to explain to the public what it is. And I'm just hoping that a simple change like that will be enough to, like, just spread my presence around online a little easier. So yeah, those were the main things that I had changed about my career on YouTube, sort of thing. Right, I'm just gonna like browse through this game's settings real quick and see if there's anything I can initiate. Now let's try Goblin difficulty. Fuck it. You know what? Yeah, we'll just kind of take it from the top, and then we'll say what needs to be said as we play. So I think based off of just that, there's a lot that's fun about the game's presentation. It doesn't take itself very seriously, and I think one of the things I noticed is like the type of voice acting that is used in this game. It's like so budget, but it's the kind of stuff that I just like to see. It's refreshing compared to what a lot of games think a story has to be these days, and it's just nice to see that we can have a game that will tell a game story, if you know what I mean, rather than a movie story.
This part of Thulin. There's nothing left standing. Turned into a real shithole. You proud of your work? No wonder the greenskins ain't welcome around here. Go on, beat it, Rakash. Can't stand staring at your stupid face any longer.
Here we go. So yeah, Styx Shards of Darkness. I've been looking for an excuse to play this game again. It's so open-ended, it's so free, and yet it's like just got that nice sense of focus at the same time. It's the kind of game that we don't quite see a lot of these days, where everything has to be so big and open world all the time. I like that moving around is, for the most part, just very flexible and versatile. Let's see. There we go. Good. I think it's probably for the best that I started a new game, because I'm a bit rusty in terms of how all the mechanics work and all that. And I think one of the main things is, while the climbing doesn't look too fancy, it still feels good, because it's just very... It's very snappy, it's not clunky or anything like that. And it's one of the things that I hope that the third game maybe brushes up on a little bit, is the animation of the climbing.
Think about making this my new hideout. Nice quiet neighborhood, good shopping, and the view ain't too bad.
And again, I just love listening to Styx himself. Whoever voice acts the character, it sounds like that they're bringing him back again for the third game, and that's awesome, because it brings such an energy to it. This creepy little goblin that we play as. Ooh. And that's another thing I love about this game, and I hope it remains, is searching for stuff, looting things and grabbing, and that nice little scrunchy pickup noise that you get as well when you find stuff to use. And then again, so this is one of my favorite things about Styx that you don't see in many games in general, is just how you can fit yourself into pretty much any little nook and cranny of the levels. Just squidging through windows and stuff like that, finding stuff to pick up so you can craft things at workbenches and give yourself more tools to use. It's the kind of stuff that just instantly makes me enjoy it without even getting to like the meat of the game, sort of thing. It's good to have a game that will still feels good to play when you're not at the main bits, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Anything else I'm gonna do? I'm going over there. Jump here, slide down, go home, that sort of thing. And again, it's just so versatile.
Remember, children, you should never go out
game.
without a handful of sand in your pockets.
Let's see. There we go. It's all coming back to me. Now, one thing I hope they can sort of brush up on is how visible things are. So this game relies quite a lot on the vision thing. And it's not as offensive as some of the other vision things are in the game, because like most of them, like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed these days, they have you looking through walls and stuff like that, and it just kind of removes that element of having to play cautiously sort of thing. And I hope maybe they kind of do something to minimize this see in the dark sort of ability, or at least make it just a little more, I don't know, maybe somewhat more like how Splinter Cell did it with like the night vision goggles or something. Like maybe if it gave you an ability to see in the dark or something like that, but didn't highlight all the stuff like this. Now, I think the reason that they do that is because Styx is generally a very dark game, and it's hard to see anything when you're not using this. And I just hope they can adjust that a bit so I don't have to use this so much.
Nobody ever taught you to put away your toys? Now, this is the last time I'm doing it for you.
And again, Styx is charming. I just love listening to him. Have the cynical stuff that he has to say about the world around him. He's not like annoying to listen to either. He's kind of like this. He feels a bit like listening to an audiobook in a sense. And again, as you can see, it's like quite seamless just being able to squeeze yourself through little gaps in the geometry and stuff like that to just kind of progress in the level and stuff.
If they come on, just around.
I think it's safe to say that Styx isn't a annoying character. And I think it all comes down to the way his voice sounds and the like. And again, just all the hidden stuff that's everywhere. It's everywhere in this game. And I think a thing that I always appreciate in any game is that sense of having gadgets and gizmos to use. That sense of utility and stuff like that. It's a thing that I mention quite a lot in my reviews sometimes. When they kind of give each tool just a little process thing that gives it its own little personality. And it helps deliver that feeling of being this character that's so adaptable to their environment. It helps sell it to you. Because that's what any game should really do, no matter what the thing they're trying to sell to you is. They should try and make you feel that way of whatever their thing is. And it's a thing that I think Styx does very well in terms of playing as a creepy little goblin that's sneaking about in
to infinity and beyond.
The dark and spooky areas of this dank town sort of thing. It's very immersive in that sense.
You waiting for a Tarzan yell? Forget about it.
And then that thing that he does where he mostly just kind of talks to the player and stuff like that. Giving him that fourth wall charm that we don't see quite a lot of anymore in game stories, because a lot of game stories seem to take themselves way too seriously when they try to make a story. Or there's the opposite problem where they don't seem to do enough to make you care about the story, like games that rely too much on speech bubbles and stuff like that. Because I understand it must be so difficult to get voice actors in your games these days. And it's all the more reason why I appreciate it more to see it in a game when we do get it. Especially when they can make a story that they don't take so seriously.
How long will 2 against 1 take?
And then again, little side objectives that they give you to do. It's just the secret collectibles and stuff like that.
Otherwise, this little toilet of paradise will turn into a real stinking hell.
So that's one thing I just noticed, how this guy had like a potion in his back pocket, and then there's a consequence for just flat out going up and killing everybody. It's one of those things that still pushes you to engage with the other stealth mechanics in the game as well, rather than just going up and killing everybody. Although I think this is one of those games that doesn't necessarily punish you for killing either. Although we'll need to double check that once I get this level done, because I know it does rank you on your performance in the game, and we'll see how that goes with the thing. But I think overall it's just one of those things that, again, just flesh out the replayability in the game. And, man. And that's one of Styx's, at least Styx 2, the one I'm playing right now. That's one of this game's major strengths, is the replayability. Not just in terms of how you get missions done, but also the stuff that you can unlock, and then you can bring it with you to future levels as well as earlier levels as well. And it really allows you to experiment with your own play style and stuff like that, because it is very much just very experimental in a very good way. Is there anyone else around? And again, I really do hope they can... I don't like having to rely on this vision thing just in order to see what's going on in the game, but it does kind of put you in that position a lot of times where it's just like you've got to look around like this and make sure you know what you're looking at half the time. Now in this case it's obvious, there's a guy standing there, but because of like how dim the dark areas are and stuff like that, and you really have to squint to understand what's over there sort of thing. I'll see if I can point out more examples of that later. But in my case, I think I'm just gonna kill people, bro. Come on, get out of here. Oh fuck. Oh wait, can I not like just walk off the edge and...
You realize using the controller with your feet's not gonna gain you an achievement, right?
That's another thing that I think makes this game a little bit charming, is the way it just insults you for doing bad at the game. And they use Styx himself to do it. There is just something that I like about it. A game that isn't afraid to make you feel bad. Or rather, a game that isn't afraid to banter at you. It treats you like you're gonna... The game treats you like a person with a sense of humor. That's what I appreciate about this game. Where most games have to give you a pat on the back all the time and be all encouraging and hold your hand about how you feel. Here, it just trusts that you know you're playing a game. Bye-bye. Right, I'm gonna try something, because I know if you hold on to do that. There we go, that's an easier way to do it. Now, I think one thing... Again, I hope the third game makes some adjustments to how you can tell who's around you, because if there's one little exploit that I've never been too keen on, and I've had to really restrain myself from using, is the whistle, because it gives you markers through a wall. Now you can turn them off, but if you do that, then you have a nightmare of a time controlling how to hide from people all the time. And I do just hope they find a way to balance that. Just kind of narrow down the seeing through walls thing when you're probably not supposed to, sort of thing. Because I like being able to tell when I'm exposed or not. but I don't like when it's so overdone to the point where it can be exploited. I think there's got to be some way, some reliable way, some consistent way of knowing when when people can see you or not. We've got Ember. So I wonder if I can show off a bit of... Yeah, I can probably do that. So we got 2 people here, right? And here's where I can show off a bit of what I really like about this game. So let's say I'm gonna have to use the cheat vision for this. Again, it's not exactly the most offensive Batman vision. It's just that I wish I didn't have to rely on it so much, because it doesn't let you see through walls. I think you can upgrade it to see through walls, which is I'm not sure how mad I am about that, considering the circumstances of the context, being that you are a creature, and one of the things that they emphasize is him being able to like smell things and stuff like that. So I guess that would kind of make sense. Blah blah blah. But again, I think I would just like a more consistent way to just see what I can use and all that kind of stuff without having to directly highlight it is the thing. But anyway, so I'm seeing that there's like 2 people here and I want to kill them both. But obviously I can't go running up and killing them, because if I like quick save me, if I like do and like go running up and blah blah blah, they can just kill you, bro. And I love that.
You are dead. No, I'm dead. You'll be out getting laid soon. Wait.
Hell
lean in
yeah.
closer to the screen. Maybe not.
What do you mean? This is a good smelling fucking cologne. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? It banters at you. It's great. So, I think this is where I can introduce one of the more... not underrated... I guess underrated? It's one of the more complicated mechanics to understand in this game in terms of how useful it is, and that is... the cloning mechanic. This is a very good mechanic once you understand it and where its uses are. And surprisingly, it is useful everywhere. And it was a thing that took me a while to wrap my head around, because I was always playing it quite traditionally as you are one person kind of stealth game. But, let's see. You can control the clones and basically use them disposably, and that's really good. So, let's see if I can do this with a bit of finesse. So, see, I like call for their attention, bring this guy over. There you go, blah blah blah. Ooh, there's a goblin over here. He died. And then I set up a trap and take care of the guy who came over here to kill me.
It's a trap.
Let's try that again. Let's see, what's the loading button? Here we go. Right? Why is there only one of them now? I might have broke the game, bro. Let's say I go 2 saves before, so it can actually do what I wanted it to do. There we go, that's what we want! Okay, here we go, just pretend nothing happened. Right, so we got 2 people over here, right? And hopefully I can show this off properly. So, I'm going to position myself up here. And this is gonna, so this is what makes Styx quite a unique stealth game. And that is the cloning mechanic. So the cool thing about the cloning mechanic is you can use the goblins that you clone very disposably. So, I don't think you even get punished for getting spot while you're controlling these guys. So, we've got a trap up here, right? And I want to lure them over here so I can at least separate them from one another. And then it allows me to jump down and take one of them out. So, let's say I just...
Okay,
let
I'll
them,
take
like,
care of it.
investigate or something. Then I'll like switch to Styx himself. They're conveniently below me. And there we go, that's one of them taken care of.
This is weird.
So my clone's probably got,
Big fat roach.
yeah, just die and get the
take it out.
punishment for all that. But that's fine, because I've lost nothing, basically. And then let's see if I can still do like a drop attack or something. There we go. And it's just smooth, man. It's a big part of why I just love this game. It is so versatile, man. That's going to be the theme word of today. And then, like a proper stealth game, it's very important that you just dispose of your bodies and stuff like that. So good. And then all the stuff starts just coming together. You're like squeezing through tight gaps and stuff like that, finding alternate routes and things. Looking through little peeps through the doors and things like that. Seeing that there's stuff in there, being like, ooh, I want some of that. In this case, this door is unlocked. Sometimes you'll get like locked doors and stuff like that, and you'll need
Gear on
lockpicks
this
to
bench
pick them
looks
open.
usable. With a few raw materials, I should be able to put together some nasty surprises.
Scrunching more things into my pocket. Maybe I want to switch this light off and things like that. There's just so much stuff to interact with in this game. Let's see what we got. Is that our health stuff? Well, I'll make myself some darts first. And again, it's just all this stuff that makes you think. Usually I'm not a fan of like crafting systems and stuff like that, but I think it's very fitting in a game like this. Because for the most part, it's very in the back of your mind. You just grab everything you can stuff and fit in your pockets, and then anything that you want to craft in the moment when you're at a workbench, you just do it. And it all just comes down to whether you can or you can't, sort of thing. There's not too much that you have to think about resources-wise.
You see what we found during the last raid?
Yeah, nice one. I was sure to
So you'll notice how while I'm looking at this, it's a little bit hard to tell what's going on here. So it again just makes me have to rely on highlighting things, and I do hope that they change that somehow. I don't know how, and I won't be too mad if they can't do it, but I hope they do. Even if they did like a little stylish thing. So you'll notice how the dagger on my back, it glows depending on how hidden I am. So if it's fully glowing like that, it means I am completely submerged in the dark, and that's just a nice little touch. I think it was one of those things that Splinter Cell did as well. And then when you're out in the light, let's see if I like stand up and let's see. Can I relight this torch or something? How about if I go in here? There we go. And then you'll notice when you're completely in the light, the dagger doesn't glow. And it's a nice, neat little way to tell whether you're hidden or not. And I think if they did something like that on the enemies, where they gave just these little glowing details, doesn't have to be the most standout thing, but just enough for where it's more of a subtle detail to just help highlight things a little more. Maybe, for example, things you can... Well, actually, it kind of does it. Well, it kind of does it. If they did... Oh, well, actually, yeah, I notice how, like, the farther back you are or so. Or something like that. If they did something a little more consistent in terms of highlighting things. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of that way of highlighting things, but it's good enough. But if they did something more like things sparkled a little more consistently, or just something like that. Anything that doesn't require me to press the button about it, you know what I mean? It would make it just a touch more seamless. That guy here. Some stuff to pick up. Because does that spark? So I guess it does. Okay. But yeah, mainly they don't do it with the enemies anyway. At least not that much. I guess there's just a lot of visual information going on, and I wonder if there's some way to simplify it in the next game. Stop it.
Let's see if there's something useful.
If I like just distract them, leave a clone behind, and then they'll think that they've killed me. I might have fucked up. Yeah, no, I just fucked up.
Ordering a double pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, please. This is gonna take time.
I might order a pizza tonight.
The gear on this bench
That would be
looks
pretty
usable.
good.
With a few raw materials, I should be able to put together some nasty surprises.
And there does seem to be a lot of trial and error in this game, and I'm not going to say that I'm mad about it, especially because they give you, like, if you watch the bottom left corner, oh no, to the left of the screen, you can see that you can quick save anywhere as long as you're not in danger, sort of thing, and that's fine. But I think it would be nice if they can inject just a little more consistency into the game so you don't have to rely too much on what I guess is RNG. Or not so much RNG, but just sort of the how do I tell what's safe to do and what's not safe to do sort of thing. So that guy's liking himself a wee apple, so I could probably sneak in there and poison it, that sort of thing. It's just another sense of just setting up traps here and there in the game. Right, so to speed this up, I'm gonna use one of my powers and just sneak up over here.
Yeah, nice one.
Spit in that. I didn't really see that.
Me too. We'll make a ton of money out of it.
And then, do I have
You've
anything?
stashed it somewhere safe.
I'll take another one.
That's a good one.
Is there anywhere I can hide?
Huh.
Not right now, but
One
oh wait,
behind
no,
the
never
bookcase.
mind. I'm
Why not just
squidging
shout it
there.
from the rooftops?
A hiding place behind a bookcase. Talk about originality.
And again, you can tell that it's a very dark game, and sometimes it is very difficult to see. Bye-bye. So this guy will die shortly, and once he does, put this light out, go on over, pick him up, and then just stash him in a closet somewhere. There we go. Sorted, boom. And then I've only got one more of them to deal with. It's again just the kind of stuff that I like in this game, is executing these smart little things that help you get through the level. There's a satisfaction to not... There's an indirect... no, there's a satisfaction to the indirect approach throughout this game. As well as, you know, sticking a blade in someone every now and again. That's
It's my
satisfying
lucky
too.
day. The casket
It's a nice balance between both of them.
Good luck to the
Both
fool
of
who
them.
gets to even up the bill.
So take a look around. Is that a guy over here?
Let's
Yeah,
see
there
if
we go.
there's
So I
something
could probably
useful
just
around
blatantly
here.
walk up behind him. And then what? Like just... Hold on, I'm curious. Am I like... Quick save. Go on over here. Can I like just pull him down?
We've got you now, Governor.
Ah, what? I mean, he can pull me up. So you can adjust the difficulty to like take less damage when they find you.
And I won't tell anyone what you did with that apple pie. I thought I was sick.
How does this guy know all my secrets? Oh my god. But what was it I was saying before I was rudely interrupted? Yeah, you can adjust the difficulty to like take more, what is it, where you can withstand more damage from getting caught. But I do prefer that when you get caught, it's basically just game over, because I don't like when I get caught. It doesn't feel nearly as satisfying fucking up and then kind of stumbling your way out of it than it is to just execute it right, you know? So I like to turn the difficulty up to just, you get caught, you die. But again, I want to see if I can do this. What if I go invisible and do it? If I do that, go over, drag him down. There we go. That'll do. Brilliant. Oh, I like this game. It was probably a waste of resources and I could have just gone up behind him and killed him, but for showcase purposes, yeah, there's lots that you can do in this game. Is that 2 dudes? We've got 2 dudes. There's a chandelier up there as well. So, I'm gonna see what I can do about that. Just a quick save here. And then, instead of opening the door, because opening the door is noisy, I'm going to see if there's an alternative way inside, like through this window. You are rewarded for using your brain, thinking about it, exercising a healthy amount of caution. Let's see, do I have any sand left? No, I don't. So... go over here. Wait, can I kill him from here? I can. There we go, that'll do. And then our dude's coming, so if I think I've got like one of these things. Doesn't that get rid of the body for me? It does. There we go. Easy enough. He's busy checking around. So the more aware that the AI is, the more they kind of just start checking hiding places and stuff.
Find him anywhere. Shit, flat roach. Take it out.
And it's all the more
That's
reason
it.
to be...
Game over, man. We're in some real pretty shit now. Listen, I may be digitized, but I'm not stupid. What's your excuse?
I think the reason I like Styx so much, it isn't so much because he's funny, but because he's charmingly unfunny. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Right, so back to what I was trying there. So where am I at? I'm over here. I killed the dude, and then I'm sneaking through here. That's right. There we go. Now, if I jump out of there, let's see what we can do. Got 2 dudes, but we got the chandelier up there. I want to use that. So how am I going to get up there without being noticed? Where's the dude? He's over there, right? So I can probably just kind of creep on up here. There we go. Noisy ball. Got that guy here. I think I'll just want to take him out. Because there's nobody else up here. No. So... let's see, let's see. Right, I'm gonna see if I... Oh, God. Never mind, he's coming. Oh, lordy, coming. Right, let's take this guy out quietly. I think that's the other thing that I appreciate about the non-direct approach as well. A lot of the time, you can't just go up and step the dudes. And I think there's something about that that makes the direct approach not feel so cheap. Is the way in which you're more looking for openings to approach a stealth situation directly, and if you can't, then it's like, that's alright, let's just see what else we can do. There's just so much thought going on in this kind of gameplay. So there we go, we can hide him in there. There's a lot that forces you to think outside the box. You don't have to force yourself to do it. So he's right there anyway, so I could probably just get him out of the way. Oh wait, no. He's coming. Let's see if we can just time that right.
Weird.
Not quite, but I can still just jump on him. There we go, easy. The takedown animations are great as well. They're so Gollum-esque. And then just kind of tuck them away. I wonder if I can fit 2 in there. I cannot. I can probably fit them in there, actually. There we go. And it's just so satisfying. Oh, it's so satisfying. I also like the way that the game goes in first-person mode as well when you go into
Have you seen the
particularly
posters?
tight spaces.
Carnage is recruiting. There's
There's another
squads hunting
chandelier
goblins
here.
in
I
other
wonder if I can just
places
use it.
too. It'd be a good
Yeah,
way
just
to
use
get
it.
out of this shithole.
I don't think I'm made for the
Take
job.
him down. So he's gonna come up, and I think once he gets close enough, I can just jump him.
Who could have done this? What the?
Oh shit. Okay, no, I fucked it.
That got...
So there's definitely a trial and error element going on in the gameplay, and it's alleviated a bit thanks to, if you look at the left, you can still just quick save and just try things to your heart's content sort of thing. It's not a big offender, but it could use a little bit of brush up in the sequel. It really could. And again, you can see how just collecting things, looking around, and the environments are so detailed as well. It's so it's like, I know I say this, I know I use this word a lot, but it's again just that cozy feeling, that dark cozy feeling. Right, so we got two of these guys down here, so I can't directly go up and stab them, but I think the darts can take them down easy enough, actually. So maybe I could do two at the same time. Just carefully. So we take this guy down right away.
Damn it!
And then...
This one is mine! I did mine.
Ordering a double pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, please.
I guess it does get a little bit tedious, the game over messages, because they start to repeat. It's one of those things that does... It's one of those things that does sort of highlight that this is very much a... This is like a double-A game, isn't it? That's the term that people use, where it's like an in-between budget. It's the kind of game that I wish that we would see more of anyway, though. Because it's definitely where you see some of the most unique styles of presentations and gameplays and stuff like that. I'm not sure if anyone else ever got this impression, but I always thought the Styx games were set in the Lord of the Rings universe. And that might be a stupid thing that I'm saying right now, but it so felt like it. I thought that this was Lord of the Rings. Until I looked into it and I realized, oh wait, no it's not. It's just its own thing. I thought this was Lord of the Rings. But I think it does kind of do a swell job of just kind of nailing that kind of atmosphere, that dark fantasy. Floating boats everywhere and stuff like that. There's brilliant scenery like this. The swampiness, the dirtiness. What's that dude over there? Oh, so it won't tell me. I need to get closer to tell. Okay, well, I guess that is kind of what balances the whole highlighting thing, but still, I would like it if there was a less I've got to press the button just to find out sort of thing. Because I think, what is it, so upgrades are a big thing in this game, so you can upgrade the clones in terms of what they can do, but I know when they start you off, by default, the clones are more just there for manipulating the environment, sort of thing. Let's see, so what if I like... Right, here's my idea. I've manipulated this thing, right? So when they interact with that, that'll kill them. So what if... Whoa, whoa, this is... Oh, spooky goblin! He disappeared! Did the alarm. Oh, so he thinks he's dead, so he won't actually sound the alarm. Okay. See, I'm learning. Maybe the trial and error thing does kind of suit this game. Because a lot of it just kind of comes from learning how everything works. And the quick saving thing just kind of saves you from banging your head against a wall. Banging your head against the wall. 1, 2, 3. And just push it down. And then he died. But yeah, the game does leave you with plenty of options to play with. Yeah, so that again, Because I kind of just improvised this out. This is another thing that I just love about this game, if I can just get it going. Let's see, so someone's gonna come and drink some booze over there. And I'll be ready. There he is, there he is. Right, watch this. Just loosen that. Let that guy die. Position myself a little better. Let's see, that guy's gonna come around. And I'm gonna clear this place out like a gent.
Who could have done this?
Drop down. Take him out. I've got 2 poison vials here that I can get rid of 2 of the bodies with. Unless I am quick enough. Right, I'll get rid of 1 of the bodies then, and then take this guy away with me. Before that guy up here gets downstairs, because that's where he's going. And then put him away. Dim the light. Wait for this guy to come down, right in the nick of time. Ooh, hellfire. Could use that. And then I'm gonna wait for this guy to turn his back. There we go. And then I'll just kinda, as quickly as I can, just sneak up, take him down. Quickly, because there's no one around. Pick him up, and then I wonder if I can fit him in the chest. No, I can't, but I can find somewhere else to put him. And that is why I love this game. There's just so much cogs going on that just, it's just, oh. So many working parts that just bring this game together as a whole. And it makes you feel so bloody clever. And that's the thing that they've got to keep in the sequel, is just all of the different things that you can interact with, all of the side stuff and the alinearity, that sort of thing. Just make it. Just basically make this game again. Just more of it. That's all you gotta do. I don't care if people get all, oh, they're just doing more of the same, they didn't do anything. That doesn't matter if the game's good. Give me more of this game, you know. It's like the missions just keep you busy, sort of thing. There's a lot of checking things, checking your corners, doing this, and be like, okay, this is about to happen, I might as well go do that. Maybe that guy over there, how am I gonna take care of him? This, that, and the other. Hide all the bodies. Just twiddling with things as you go and all that. I like that this game is making me like kind of whisper as well, like I'm gonna, oh, I gotta do this and that, oh. It's quite easy to miss things in this game as well, but I do wonder if that actually helps the replay value. Because there's always going to be something that you missed, that you'll discover in a what's the word? Subsequent in a subsequent playthrough. Hold on, let me Google that real quick before I make myself look dumb. Subsequent. I think I was using that word right, but I don't think I'm not confident in that. No, I do think something like the blatant waypoints. There's going to be people who aren't a fan of that, because I've heard people complain about that sort of thing in Dishonored, and I can see where those people are coming from, sort of. Yeah, it would be nice if there was a cleverer way to indicate to the player what they have to do, rather than pinpointing it through walls like that all the time. Maybe something they can address in the sequel once again. A lot of the gameplay is just so emergent. Emergent gameplay. Oh, there we go. That'll do. And again, just being rewarded for checking alternate approaches, because there's just so many of them. Oops, that's alright, I can still jump on them. Come on. Here. Speed this up a bit. Go over here.
Maybe it was nothing after all. This is weird.
Over there. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Bye-bye. And there's a thing about this game where I can imagine people saying this game is very slow and you have to wait for things to happen all the time. But that's not necessarily true. If you learn to use your equipment effectively, you can very easily just speed up the process and make any situation more predictable to you as long as you use your stuff right. And that's good.
One more.
And I quite like how they handle resources in the game as well, because they do shape how you approach different situations. It's all about weighing out what's going to work out best for you in your current situation, in your current predicament, based off of what you have on hand, what's in the environment. Oh, shit. Right, so that guy's gone just now. So I come up here. Is it just him? I can probably take him out.
I thought I saw something.
Take him out. There you go. I love that. Just using your movement as well to gain yourself an advantage. It's great. Let me think. I could use a poison vial and get rid of him instantly, but I don't want to use that resource, so I would much rather, find an alternative spot for him. I think that's another big emphasis on this game. It's all about finding alternatives. What's the cheaper solution? What can I afford right now?
I hear that Ambassador Arcides' airship is on its way.
What? Didn't he restock just a few weeks ago?
That's right, he did. That's the second time this month. There must be something going on for him to be back again.
Maybe he's come to see the talking goblin.
Hell's bells, you're really getting on my nerves with that bloody story. You'll believe anything anyone says as long as he talks loud enough.
The exaggerated British accents. Hell's bells, that talking goblin. Harry Potter, bottle of water. It's just if they just turn yellow. Oh, there's more stuff in here. Oh, I'm far from done. Hold on. Make sure the coast is relatively clear. It's just that. There might be two guys in there. It's again why I appreciate that the vision at least doesn't just show people through the wall. It's all the more reason to use your mind, use your head. Weigh everything up. Weigh it all up yourself manually. Gives the player more of a chance to feel smart. Ooh, God, there's another guy down here. Okay. And at least then, it's like there's still room for surprises while you're in the field. For things to kind of go slightly different from how you expected it, without things instantly going wrong. So I'll see if I can just take this guy out. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Wait, he's gonna come up to this window, right? So if I wait for him to come back, I can just pull him out the window and I won't have to hide his body. Easy. Oh, I love this game, man. Oh, is that two guys just down there? Yeah, now fuck them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's executing the stuff that just feels so goddamn good. It reminds me of when I'm playing Dishonored. But the difference between Dishonored and this game is this game feels great to execute as a fragile person, while Dishonored feels great to execute stuff as an unstoppable force of nature kind of game. It's like you get different kinds of stealth games, and both are very valid. You get the kind of stealth games where you don't necessarily have to be stealthy, but it feels great to just use to your advantage. But it feels great to just... Hold on a minute. I don't know where that came from. Right. But yeah, you kind of get like your two different kinds of stealth games. And both of which are very, very valid, I would say. So you get the ones where you're very fragile and you have to be stealthy, like this game. And then you get your games like Dishonored, where you're only using stealth kind of as an asset, but you don't necessarily need it. This game right here feels great to execute as a fragile, stealthy character. And then Dishonored feels very satisfying to execute as a more unstoppable force of nature. And they both have their place in computer games in general. It's just so refreshing to see a game approach it in the way that Styx does. And I'm just so glad that we're getting a third game because of that. And there we go. That's kind of like the flavor of which every level in Styx is like. It just gets progressively harder as you progress through the game. It gives you more limitations that you gotta work past. It kind of forces you even more to find alternate ways to get things done. And it's so good. And another thing that I appreciate, because you get quite a few hardcore stealth games that kind of slap you on the wrist for killing. And you can get rewarded for not killing enemies, but you can also get rewarded for killing enemies. There's always different, like, little bits that you get for... There's a reward for just about any way of playing the game, is sort of the thing. And then here we've got the little... your headquarters, which I always like. I like when a game gives you this character-related thing where this could all just be a menu, but it's not. It just gives you a little secret base for you to tweak with all of your things and stuff like that. Whether that is you want to level up your skills or craft additional stuff, get some additional, get some extra materials and things like that to craft with. You can change your outfit for like different things. Let's see if I've got anything right now. I don't. So what I'm probably gonna do is go to my original save and see what additional, what stuff I can play with. And here you can replay your missions and stuff like that. There's just so much that this game does right in terms of its presentation. Presentation is so important in a game, man. It's what just helps it stand out. It's what helps it remain in your mind and be memorable sort of thing. Because I think a lot of people always go down the story path of criticizing games like this, and I think it's not a story that makes a game memorable, it's the presentation, primarily. And the presentation can be covered in a wide variety of different ways, with story being one of them, but it doesn't always have to be the storytelling. It can just be how the game presents itself to you. Instead of a menu that lets you like change all of the stuff that you want, it could just be a little world, like a little hub area like this that just helps bring to life that it sinks you in more, it immerses you more, that sort of thing. If that makes sense. Oh, I think I just scrubbed my save. Oh no. Oh, what do we do then? Fine, we'll just continue from here. We'll just continue from here. Oh no, I scrubbed my save in this. Damn, right, okay then, if I can't show it, I might as well explain it. So, later on in the game, I found that there was ways to unlock additional equipment that was optional. Like, I think there was a type of dagger that could... You can get different daggers that behave completely different. You can get different outfits that kind of change your playstyle as well. And they're all things that you can only uncover on your own terms. And, like, you could completely miss them. if you're not observant enough, and I really like that because again, it just brings more replay value to the game. It's so good. But since I can't show it off now, oh man, I mean, I guess I could just use like a bit of what is provided here. This is the stuff that you're allowed to use in the beginning of the game, and let's see. We've got Dagger of Akinash. Which one was I using? I was using the default one. So this is the kind of equipment that comes with additional pros and cons. So let's see. Dissolves enemies that have been killed. The blade is so blunt that it makes a muffled kill impossible. Okay, so this is like your loud dagger that can get rid of bodies for you. Fuck it, we'll play with these. So loses 1 unit of life when his clone dies without being destroyed. Okay. Net increase in the life of clones. Okay. And then here, maybe you want your clones to last longer, but you've got a... but there's a catch to it where you have to look after them as well, sort of thing. And then it also changes your appearance. I like that. I like it. It changes your appearance. The dagger looks different as well. It's cool. I like it. Okay. Right, so I've just kind of tweaked with all that, and I think I've set up my build to work pretty well. I think I'm happy with what I've set myself up with here, so we'll see how it works out. But yeah, again, the game just gives you so many options on how you want to play and experiment. Right, so here in one of like the later levels is definitely when they start introducing like certain enemies that you just can't kill with your dagger, so you have to find an alternate way to take them down, but it's like more of a mixed bag. So there's some people that you can take down and then others that you just can't. And it's again just what's a little bit more clever about Styx, is it really does force you to play the way that makes the game shine more. There we go. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, forget it disposes of the bodies as well. Yeah, so that's like one of the other daggers that you can use in this game. And it's just another sense in which you can just mix up the gameplay. It's so good. And again, like a lot of the layouts of the environments really do just stand out. They're fun to just look at, to be a part of. Rigby's bell. There we go. They didn't really notice that. Hop on through. And then how am I gonna climb back up?
What was that shadow? Give it up.
Oh shit.
Amber skin.
Get cool. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Okay. I mean, I can stab at you though, so let's do that. Easy. And I think that's the other thing that encourages you to use the clones, is that you're never really fully penalized for getting caught as them. Just take you down.
That's it. Just keep on ignoring what the developers want you to do, and I'll just keep on dying. Again. And again.
And again. And again. The way the game just flat out roasts you as well for how you fail as well. Nice little detail, you know. Harm's way. So again, it's a game that really does put you in a position where you've got to get creative. You've got to find an alternate solution. I just love this. A lot of the environments feel very lived in as well. And I think no matter how difficult a level gets, it still just allows you these moments of control. These moments of you're the monster and you're in charge of the situation. Let's see if we can just grab it.
sure am lucky it wasn't. Hey!
Give it up.
All hands
Damn it. But I think that is what this game is also full of, is a lot of failing, a lot of mistakes to be made and having to try these things again. Which does go back to a thing I hope they introduce in... What's the subtitle of the thing? Blades of something? Styx 3, that's what it is, it's Styx 3. I hope they do give us just a little bit more... Not too much, but just a little bit more predictability. A little bit more of being able to tell what's going on. I like the little animations that Styx has as well when he's like chugging down a bottle of juice or something like that. I quite like how the NPCs react as well with that classic, what's that, a shadow? Oh, it must be the wind. Oh, what's that? What was that noise? It really does adopt those classic style stealth games. Yeah, that should be pretty much as clear as it's gonna get. There we go, perfect. Bye-bye. Can I lift you? Oh, you can't lift them though, because they're heavy. But if I'm lucky, there's probably no one around here anyway. There we go. Yeah, nah, good enough. So I don't need to use a poison vial. But yeah, no, just another reason why it just feels good to play this game once you start getting things right. I think it all comes down to recognizing your weaknesses as well, developing a big understanding of the fact that you are not that powerful. You need to seek out that feeling of power from somewhere else, from all of your opportunities in the game. You need to respect the mechanics. So I think there is still just a fair balance of you'll get stuck and you'll die a lot. But then, just as long as you just kind of reevaluate and try something else, then you find those streak moments where you're just doing thing after thing right. It's never that hopeless a situation. And that's the other thing as well. The path to the objective is never straightforward. You gotta look around still. And figure out a route that will get you there. And then die. But you know what I mean. You see? Makes total sense. And I think the levels themselves do a very good job of not limiting you too much. There always seems to be... You see what I mean by, like, it's just so difficult to spot things sometimes, though. You have to use the highlight thing just to understand that there's a guy right there.
No!
They definitely got to do something to make it just a little more seamless to see what's going on around you. But yeah, no. The levels themselves seem to do a perfectly good job at still giving you ways. Just ways to get around. I think, yeah, you could probably stump yourself if you are careless with your resources, because it's not like any of the resources in this game are regenerative or anything like that. But they still, if you're sensible enough, give you plenty of opportunities to get by a level. Because otherwise, I think this is just not going to be the kind of game for you if you want a game that doesn't require you to use your head. This is a thinker's game. And I don't think I'll mind if the next game is a little bit janky like this game is, simply because I'm still just enjoying what the game has to offer. It looks good, it feels good, it especially feels good when you get things right, and it really does involve you as a player to once again just figure it out yourself. I am super glad that stuff like this still gets to exist. Because it's not as common as it used to be, but it still exists, and I think that is highly important in today's day of age.
If he stole the scepter, it must be so he could get into the summit.
Under which skin? I'll go find who Jarek has taken the form of, and when I find him, you'll help me to corner him.
After the summit.
During.
I like that we can still kind of have
But
stiff
that would be
cutscenes like this
suicide.
in the modern day, man.
Oh, there are things way more suicidal than that. Owing me something, for example.
Because it kind of works. It kind of works. Not fully, but it's like,
I've spotted something unusual.
again, just refreshing compared to the bigger budget style of storytelling. And then we'll get back to it.
That the blade of Lysero will flay you.
Oh. Okay, I forgot
Order a
about
double
this.
pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, please. This is gonna take time.
I will order a double pepperoni pizza with extra tomato sauce, because I'm a sauce guy more than I am a cheese guy. Thank you very much. But yeah, I forgot about this, that there are some missions that just require you not to get Spot. And in my case, that's fine, because I don't aim to get Spot anyway. And it's probably like the whole point in the game as a whole, but there is a little bit of an annoyance to missions that put that limitation into their games.
You know, you should
What did I
read
do?
Infiltration for
Oh, it's
Dummies.
probably because I left
I
the
think you might be the target
bodies
audience.
on the ground. I should have dissolved them. Right, that's what I'm gonna do then. But again, is why I'm a little bit iffy about missions that are like, you have to leave no trace, otherwise it's automatic mission failure. It's awkward. Because I get that, like, for the story's sake, they want to make it that, like, oh, we can't raise the alarm around here because things have to go perfect story-wise. It's like, don't do that. I'm not the biggest fan of adapting your gameplay to match the story as much as I am for the opposite way around, adapting your story to match the gameplay. But again, it's not the worst thing. It's relatively unoffensive, but it's like, I think next time just don't really do that. Don't really do that. Try and be uncompromising when it comes to making a fun game to play. Because I've heard many people say that this game's very hard, and it's like, it is. It's hard, but it gives you a lot of stuff to work with to make the process easier for yourself. It's just a matter of remembering, bearing in mind
You have all received
what you
a
have in your
scepter,
arsenal.
but its true power.
I like that they make Styx story very much that he's just in his element as well. It's not like something particularly special is going on. This is just another day in the life for the character. And he's loving it. Games have got to put their protagonist in their element more often. It's what makes it fun to be a part of. Right, what is it I'm wanting to do? Hold on, you're asleep? Oh, perfect. Because you're one of the heavy guys,
I'm
aren't
getting
you?
close to the caverns.
I got a funny idea. Let's just put that there. And then what if I like put it out from here?
Surprising.
Will that wake you up and then you'll step on the thing? Yeah. Oh, I feel like such a dick. It's great. It's risky, but I'm gonna try. Ooh, we might be alright. We might be alright. That's one. Take care of you. Cool. Steal some of this stuff. Let's stuff one of you in a... Oh, right, there's hiding places for the pair of you. That's all we need. Simple. Yes! I love that. That was perfect timing right there, actually. Right as I was looking at it, too. That's why this game is something else, man.
Oh, shit.
Ah, hell yeah.
My precious. I think that piece of quartz has my name on it, Buggy. Time to die.
And again, I just like that this is one of those games that goes as far as to try stuff like this. Just this big out-of-place boss fight in a stealth game. So you can tell from here it is a bit spotty and the like, but it's still just... you appreciate that sort of thing. The game really it doesn't shy away from just trying all these different ideas and seeing how it works in a game like this, and I really do think it just works very well. It's a warts and all kind of game.
What, now I'm hearing voices again?
A goblin! A goblin has killed the queen!
Ooh, a goblin. A scary goblin.
A talking goblin! A talking goblin has killed the queen!
Ah, shit. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
Talking goblin! That's the worst part! There we go, yeah, no. Game's good, like... it tries all these different ideas and does them with, like... It's just well made, if you know what I mean. And it's one of them, like, spotty games as well. It is, like, full of, like, almost like your PS2 level of jank and all that kind of stuff, but overall, it's still just done... It's just done very well, and I appreciate it for that. It is just the kind of thing that I wish we could see more in games. And thanks to the announcement of the third game that is now in the making and all that kind of stuff, it's just great. It's great to see that, and I'm so glad that they get to have another swing at it, because I think they could very much knock it out of the park if they just understand what it is that makes this game work, and possibly even the first game, and just continue to build on it, not change too much, just add some extra things to it and all that, keep the whole alienarity about it, all the weird ideas about it, even just the fun, goofy nature of the story. Man, we could have a good sequel on our hands, man. So yeah,